Silkies. Today I'm going to talk about my support of local bands. Okay, so I have like a list of things that I actually wanted to talk about with this. Core reason why I support local bands is because I feel like they need it. Everyone has to start out somewhere. You never know who you're supporting could become something big. And it does help with the band confidence and everything when they're actually, having support, having people go out. Regardless of your reason for going out. Some people go out just to have fun, just to listen to music. Some people actually know band members who support them. Some people just want to try something new, which is usually my case. Or I might know some of the band members. But I'm always trying something new. I do not stick to one type of band. I mostly go to band shows that have rock or metal. I'm not opposed to any other types of bands, but that's my core thing I go to. Okay, so with the support, I know that a lot goes into it. I know that a lot of it has to, it's expensive. It's expensive to do. It's a lot of effort. I know most people have to pay to get a venue to play at. It's so much to it, and a lot of you know this already. Especially if you're in a band, it's so much effort. And as someone who's attempted to be in a band and who's known people in bands, I understand the whole process of it. Okay, so when I see a good band, I usually try to share it live on my page if I like their music. Only if I like their music. That gets them exposure. And most of the time, all the time, none of them ask me to do it. It's just me showing my support. I have quite a bit of following on my model page. Well, Goth page now. I don't stick to just modeling. So I just share them. I go live. And sometimes if I really like the band, they'll end up on my YouTube. And that's free publicity for them. So a bit of story about my following in the past. I have followed bands in the past that I attended with my sibling. We knew a couple of members in the bands, and then we showed up to all of their shows that we could. And no, we weren't groupies. I don't believe in that. That's not what we do. We just supported the music. So I'm not really sure if they're still together. If they're still together after all this time, that's awesome. I forgot their name. I think it was Standing Giants or something. Who knows? They could have changed it up, had members, whatever. I haven't seen them in a while, so I don't know if they broke up or not. Just about a year or two ago, I followed another band. It was with older people. And mostly they were just jamming and having fun. And they weren't trying to be big. They were mostly like a cover band. So they had fun with what they did. They would go do a show. They switched their singer up quite a bit, but they did a show, had all this energy. They go around and talk to people. I've spoken to a couple of them. I actually want to, see them again and attend one of their shows, but they're kind of far because I moved. So there's a chance they'll be nearby again, and they travel everywhere on this side of the U.S. So I don't care about age either. It could be a younger band starting out, or it could be a mixture of older and younger, or it could be older people. And I think that all bands, regardless of age range or how they look, should matter. I mean, image is a thing that should be considered, but also I feel like it shouldn't be a reason not to check out a local band, because they are just testing it out. Just think of it as a beta version of a band, before they get big or whatever they decide to do. Another story was I supported a band maybe a few years back, and they were breaking up, and it was my first show of theirs. And I actually liked their music. It was decent. Not usually my type of metal. I think it was new metal, but I liked it. They were selling merch, and I got a shirt from the band's name was called Stillborn Poet, and I believe it was new metal. It sounded like it back then. I do have them on my YouTube somewhere underneath live shows and concert, that playlist. So they were basically breaking up, but still I supported them because you never know, they might get back together. So it still helped them out. Maybe possibly they will get back together, but I doubt it because they probably went their own ways, and that's fine. That's completely fine. Constructive criticism is something I'm willing to give any band. When I'm into a band that I think is awesome, they definitely can tell by my energy. I'll talk to the members. I'll say, hey, you guys did fucking awesome, like fuck yeah, type of thing. So I'll do things like that. I'll let them know. But if the band's bad, I'm not gonna stick around, because it's not to be rude. It's more like, okay, you're losing people. Maybe you need to make a change for something. Some people will just yell out, hey, you suck, you know, but I prefer not to go down that route. But sometimes constructive criticism is needed. Sometimes you need to switch up people. Sometimes you need a new vocalist. Sometimes you need, you know, to practice more. And honestly, if you feel like your music doesn't sound good, then no one else is going to like it. If you don't feel passionate about what you're doing, then no one else is going to believe that you're real. You're raw, real. You actually love what you're doing. So the main focus should be making music, loving what you do. So something I appreciate about actual local bands is the rawness and the realness of them, because a lot of them aren't tainted by the music industry yet, or as some people like to say, sell out. They're not sold out. They don't follow what the mainstream wants. Now, my opinions on that is actually, I believe in being progressive without actually losing the core part of the band. I feel like, you know, be who you are, who you need to be, but also it's okay to change, it's okay to switch up, it's okay to keep up with the times a little bit, because you do want to keep your audience interested and you don't want to be repetitive. So when band members decide to leave or to switch things up or switch different members, I'm not totally opposed to that, as long as it's for the better of the band. You do need to do that, sometimes it's necessary. So I know some people don't like that. They usually like core members all the time, but people have lives sometimes, and some people just aren't up to what they need to do. And I understand some people leave to start new bands because they want to start something new. They want to try different music. Not everybody wants to be the same forever, and I've seen this quite a bit. So this is why I support local bands. If any of you have bands that you would like me to check out and possibly promote, leave them down in the comments and I will check them out. I will get to whoever I can, but I can do a review or whatever. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos.